Hello folks, this is Zulu here. I've just come back off my travels. As if you watched me films, I was down south for the last time. I didn't do any record digging because you're about to find out why. I spent my money online. So I didn't need to go record digging. Plus the fact I knew roughly what was in the shop. And I think I had all the stuff I wanted out there. But I knew what he had in CDs. In vinyl as well, and I got so lucky there. I just didn't want to push my luck, so what I did was I bought me budget, spent it online. Got some good stuff as well. And what I did was when I was down south, I was listening to a lot of Judas Priest, Rob Alford, and it's amazed me. I mean, this guy, I think he's about 63 now. He sounds amazing. It's fair to say he hasn't got the range he had sort of like 20 years ago, but who has? He still sounds awesome. But I also checked out a lot of these black metal, death metal bands. And after hearing about the 7th song, I come to the conclusion, some of it was not bad, but most of the stuff I heard, it wasn't my cup of tea. I know Mark C with a G likes the extreme stuff, but unfortunately, Mark, it's too extreme for my ears. I like my metal from the 80s and sort of like to hear the words and stuff like that. But I do love death metal, especially Bolt Thrower, Cancer, sort of in that era of death metal when it was like Cannibal Corpse. God, I've just had a mind freeze. Come on, Steve, that sort of stuff. But I sort of, as you know, you're a regular to this channel. I sort of stick with the sort of like heavy metal, thrash metal. But I must admit, I've been going off me thrash metal. I haven't really played thrash, apart from the odd CD for a couple of years ago. That's something I must rectify. But so I thought I'd show you today. I did a deal with Metal Mickey, and it was also Metal Mickey's fault I bought the first item because he showed it first. So what I did was because he showed a DOro DVD, and these tend to be very expensive, around the £12 mark. But I picked this one up for about £3 or £4. And this is live on the 13th of April. That's my birthday, 13th of December 02. And it's got my favourite song on, Don't Talk to Strangers. It's got, I don't know what album they were promoting. Somebody could probably tell me below. It slipped my brain. Well, I haven't got a brain, but it slipped something. And it's got all the Rainbow stuff, the Black Sabbath stuff, all the stuff you expect to find on a DOro live DVD. It's also got the CD in it as well, so that's rare as well, because normally when you buy this sort of stuff, it comes in a CD pack. This is actually a DVD pack, they put the CD in. Wow. This is cheating actually. I bought this book when I come home, because it's only about £2. I'm getting a big Greg the Egg Blackmore Rules held up a Lita Ford record on his last video. I listened to the record that Greg held up, but I picked up her autobiography. She started off in a band called The Runaways, and it sort of goes through her career. She did retire for about 20 years. Dee Snider out as Twisted Sister, he puts a good introduction in the beginning. But I know there's some other stuff that went on in her life, but yeah, I just thought I'd give this a book a read. She definitely is, to me, the first lady of metal. I mean, a lot of DOro people will probably disagree, but, you know, Lita Ford, DOro, these girls can seriously rock. I remember back in the day, sort of like, it was weird because Japanese metal was just coming to sort of being heard, and people scoffed at that. Now they can't get enough of the stuff. And when ladies started playing heavy metal, that was treated as a bit of a scoff at the time, especially if anybody was around, know what I'm talking about. Now it's accepted as a norm. But I think they're very comparable, Lita Ford and DOro. But they're both brilliant vocalists, and Lita Ford can seriously play a guitar. She can seriously shred. If you haven't checked out music, please do so. The bargain of the lifetime that I bought, because I went on eBay and I was bored stiff, so I did I haven't done it for ages, so I went through eBay, and I'm on a bit of a Flotsam and Jetsam kick at the moment. So I got this record. This is an original pressing. I'll hold it over there because of the glare. This album cost me about I think it was £7. The only thing is it hasn't got an insert, but as the saying say, beggars can't be choosers. especially when you get this album for £8. It's on the Road Runner, yeah. I'm not going to get it out because it's just blank canvas with the road. We all know what the Road Runner looks like, but that's the track listing. And to get this as an original pressing, it's just unreal. And you can see at the front it says no place for the disgrace. That obviously guy's obviously committing Harry Carey or Harry something anyway. But you know, getting this album, and some purists to say, well, why is he buying albums without inserts? Well, if you can get a record, you can't play an insert. You can only play the record. And personally, I ain't bothered about inserts because you can't read the flaming things anyway. They just, you get a collage, a couple of 4 or 5 pictures, more if you're lucky, and the text, you can't read it. I mean, if you're paying out 30, 40, 50 quid, then yes, I expect it to be complete. But you never know, it might not even have an insert to start with, but I doubt it. But that was my good luck. That album, for that price, it was just an amazing steal. It's in beautiful condition as well. Metal Mickey did some trading with Metal Mickey. Well, negotiated. It was like north-south divide in the UK, and forget what you hear about. There's been a lot of records go to and from because Metal Mickey's from the north, I'm from the south, and us southern boys can't go that far north because we get nosebleeds. I know that when I used to watch the football, I used to get one. Talking of football, it's football day tomorrow, so what I'm going to do is just show you the albums I got, and I hope you enjoy them. And normally you get all clever now and start saying great things about them. Apart from a couple, I've never heard of most of them. You know, that's why I bought them. Because another thing, if you're a fan to this channel, after being in this business for more years than I care to remember, I tend to stay away from the stuff I know, and I'm exploring stuff I don't know. It's like a voyage of discovery for me. So one record I had was this band, Babylon AD. Can't tell you much about this group. But that's the record anyway. It's one of these posh sleeves I can't afford. But yeah, that's the record. I should go through these pretty quick because there's quite a few. The next record I bought, and I'm sorry about the lighting, it's been an absolute nightmare today. It took me nearly an hour to do this vid because of lighting issues, so I apologise for that now. Plus my computer went down for about half an hour, I don't know why. The next band is this one I had. Zed Jago. I heard of this band back in the day because they supported Wasp on the Headless Children. Metal Mickey told me that, but I didn't know they were German, but they were a support band. I do remember this band. I did hear of them, but I never checked out any of their records. But this is Zed Jago. I hope I could pronounce it. But that's another band I liked. Another band I've heard of back in the day, but I never picked any of their records up, was this band, Femme Fatale. You know, probably like the Runaways, or no, hang on a minute, there's two, is it one girl and 3 blokes? I don't know, but Femme Fatale, seemed to ring a bell when this album was released, about 1980, I can't even read it, it's so small. See what I see about insults, but I remember this album coming out, but I never picked it up back in the day. Another record is this band. I think they're Norwegian or Scandi band. I can't remember which country, Norway, Sweden. I've got a massive, I love this band, TNT collection, and this one I haven't got. A great band, definitely. If you see them in a record store, give them a go. They're not lightweights, they do kick the bottom, and they're just definitely worth the pick up. They're not lightweights. Another record I was shocked, but I wanted in my collection, was this record by DOro. I haven't got, I can't remember, Force Metalheads, I think you pronounce it, not Metalheads. A lovely, great, you always got a great cover with DOro albums, and I don't know what year this is, can't see it again, but yeah, it's just a standard studio album. I don't know how it fits into a discography. Looks like it's got the Warlock sort of artwork. So yeah, so it's probably in that era, probably just after she left. But great artist. You can tell I'm struggling to. I don't know much. I don't know a bit about her, but she's a great artist. If you ain't got any of your stuff in your collection, pick them up. Another record. Now this has got a story behind it, because I made a video the other day, and it was about. It's probably my 3rd video ago when I had a rant about these companies I'm not naming the names, but I was buying records, paying me money, and the vendor said we haven't got it in stock, and it happened to me about 7 or 8 times. So I made a film about it. This is the record I was trying to buy, and Scott Waters held it up. I do remember it, but he held it up. I thought, oh, that looks interesting. It's sort of a record I've come across. I'll see what it sounds like. Because if Scott says it's good, it's going to be good. And again, I was let down so many times on the internet. I pay me money for it. It's a decent price, and I pay me money, and they say, "Oh, sorry, we haven't got it in stock," or "We just found out the stock we have got's lost or damaged." They did refund me money. Didn't do anything dishonest. There's nothing worse when you're a record collector. Also, I have got another record, but I'm not showing you it because that's going to be in my next video. I'm doing my first discography. I'm showing the collection I've got, so I need that for then. Now, I've got a feeling this album blew my head off. Greg will tell me something about this. That's Stryper, Isaiah 53:5. That's a Bible reference. I got that one. Great band if you're into Christian metal. They said recently they were never Christian. Paul, the other one. I don't know if anybody got that. I was reading an article about them, and apparently that Michael Sweet, or Robert Sweet, or whatever it, Michael Sweet, said we were never a Christian band. I like to say, well, why are you using Bible references on the front of your covers if you're not a Christian band? But I always think of this band as a Christian band. So yeah, thank you, Greg the Egg, and Scott Waters for turning me onto this music as well. Just fantastic. Stryper. I've only got 2 more to go. I'm going to save the Holy Grail to last. This record I bought as well off Metal, and that was amazing as well. We did a deal for this. We did some North-South divide negotiation, and brilliant. I've sort of never heard of this one. It's Dr. Mastermind. Looks like shock rock, but I might be mistaken. But I can't wait to give that a spin. Now to the Holy Grail. This is the one I wanted. This is Wolfsbane. This is theirs. I remember this album when it came out, actually. I'm trying to find a year. 1989 this baby came out. And it was their, like, I think it was their first, but it was plugged a lot in Krang. And you saw it everywhere, but I never picked up a copy for some reason. And I've never been able to score a copy of this in the record store. And it's when we were all young and pretty in them days. 1989, and that's it on the back side of it. And I just absolutely shocked when I picked this up. A friend of mine's got a band, and they're backing them in their recent tour. I was quite shocked. But this is the Wolfsbane. They're from Tamworth, I believe. They're reasonably local to me. But this is the album I've been after for years and years and years. It seems to go for stupid money. I've seen this album for over 40 quid online, and there's no way am I going to pay that for this. You know what I mean? Who do you think I am? It's not a rare one anyway. It's not particularly rare, and it's just made my day and made me year. Mick, thanks very much, mate. But it's a funny album. It's been very difficult to get hold of, and yeah, that's the back cover of it. I've got quite a few CDs of Wolfsbane. They're a really good band. That's a collage of pictures. If you know your metal history, Blaze, he was with Maiden for a short while, and yeah, he was on the old Deaf American. But he's just got a cracking voice. But I think he was either a vocal too. I think it was a what's the word I'm looking for? An octave too low for Iron Maiden. Some of you may disagree with me, but I thought he did a pretty good job with them. But he just seemed to, he didn't have the octave ranges Bruce Dickinson had. But what I have heard he did an alright job. But anyway, folks, it's gone on for 15 minutes. Greg the Egg, hiya buddy, hasn't stopped raining here since I've been home on Wednesday. We also got a power cut as well for 5 minutes. And it did my nutting because I was just watching something really interesting on TV. It just went as it was getting really interesting. Anyway, folks, till the next time, and I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm off. Bye.